So now is we have done all the calculations, and now we are set to use, let me write equation. We will put equation 4 for I, which is the overlap integral, and equation 5 for a mod squared, which is the normalization constant of the overlapping wave functions. Equation 7 for D, which is we supposed during our calculation, and equation 8 for X. Equation 8 for X. Then we will have to put all these in equation 6. So equation 6 implies that, which is the Hamiltonian equation, this H is then equal to E1, and I can write this as E1 minus 2a mod square E square over 4 pi epsilon naught, E square over 4 pi epsilon naught, and then we have the psi naught R1, and then 1 over R2, the expectation value of 1 over R2 with psi naught R1, and this is in a bracket notation here, and then we have psi naught R1 plus psi naught R1, and the expectation value of R1 psi naught R2 here. So this one we have supposed is D and the other is X. So I will have to write then that the Hamiltonian comes out to be E1 minus 2a mod square, then E square over 4 pi epsilon naught, and this one I have supposed is D over A plus X over A. So this is the equation. Now we know one thing, and that is that E1 equals E square over 4 pi, E1 equal minus E square over 4 pi epsilon naught, because we will write everything in terms of E1, and this is 4 pi epsilon naught 1 over 2a. This implies that I can write E square over 4 pi epsilon naught from here. So 2a is multiplied with this, and this is minus 2a E1. So for I can replace this E square over 4 pi epsilon naught with this one. So the Hamiltonian is equal to E1 minus 2a mod square, and for E square over 4 pi epsilon naught I can write minus 2a E1, and then D plus X. I can take this A is common because it is in both, so D plus X. This is basically our equation, and then I can further simplify this one. This is equal to, if I take E1 is common, because this simplifies with this one, and this become plus 4 times a mod square. So I can take this is common here, to a mod square, and for a mod I can also put the value of this. So we have E1 minus 2, and then the a mod square value, I know that this is 1 over 2, 1 over 2, and 1 plus I, 1 plus I, and then we have the minus 2 E1, and is simplified, and we have d plus x. So this is further simplification here. This will go with this one. So I can write the simplified form is, taking E1 is common, then H is equal to 1 plus 2 from here, and minus minus become plus. So this is 2 times d plus x over 1 plus I, 1 plus I, and this whole is being multiplied with E1. So this is our final expression in terms of E1, and now I know that the total energy, the E total, is basically the Hamiltonian and the VPP, as we have done in the previous part. The proton-proton repulsion, Coulombic repulsion. So I can add this one to it. So this will come out to be, you remember from the previous that VPP in terms of E1 we have written minus 2A over R and E1. So the E total will come out to be, E total will be this term 1 plus 2 d plus x over 1 plus I, and multiplied with E1 minus 2A over R and E1. Now I define, means I can just combine it with this one. So I can write that this is equal to 1 plus 2b plus x divided by 1 plus I, and minus 2a over r, and this whole is multiplied with E1. Now I just normalize this thing, and I define a dimensionless number, which is the f of x. Like this I define is f of x, and I will tell you x in a while. It is not this one, it is small x here. So this f of x, I define this is the E total divided by E1. So it will become dimensionless, and this is then equal to 1 plus 2 and d plus x over 1 plus I minus 2a over r. And now I will have to put the values of d. I will have to put the value of d, the value of x, and the value of I is I have calculated in these equations. In equation 4, I calculated value of I. In equation 7, calculated value of D, and then 8x. So I will put those values here. And then this f of x will come out to be, this f of x, small x, will come out to be 1 minus 1 minus 2 and then 2a over r. If I take this one, like I define this f of x is this one, means I take this minus e1 for simplicity of my later calculation, then it means that f of x, this will be multiplied with the minus sign here. So I will have minus 1 and then minus 2 here, and I will put the value of d and the value of x here. So put the value of d, and this is 2 and a over r minus 1 plus a over r and e to the power minus 2 r over a. This is the value of d here. Then plus, let me write it like this, and then plus the value of x, this is 1 plus r over a and e to the power minus r over a. This whole is divided by 1 plus the overlap integral I value, and this is 1 plus r over a plus 1 over 3 r over a, and this is whole square, and this whole is being multiplied with e to the power minus r over a. And then as we are multiplying minus with all, so this will become plus and 2a over r. So we have come so far to this relation, and here basically the x is this one, means x is basically here, we are defining this x is r over a.